Hi guys, don't mind the hat hair. It's been a long day. We just got back from running some errands and we have some more to run later today. We're gonna try to go, my Nan is gonna try to be able to sit outside and see my great uncle and great aunt in the nursing home. I had hoped to take Logan to the playground while she was doing that, but I don't know, we might end up having to see if Aunt Blair's up for company. It's raining again. Logan's been doing good. His behaviors this week, though, have been kind of through the roof. So I would assume, like the legend says, there's a full moon or something. As today especially, he's been... He's been acting out a lot more than he usually does. He's been stressing me out through the roof. One thing we're working on right now, we're working on getting him away from his little potty chair, which I will show you. See that little green and white chair? That's his old potty chair. We're trying to break him of going to the potty chair, because he's too tall for it, and get him in the habit of using the regular commode. Since we started potty training him, he's always had this fear of the big commode, even with a toilet seat on it, a special children's seat on it. Now he will go on the toilet, the big toilet at church, because there is no potty chair there. He will go on it without any trouble. He will go on the toilets at Walmart, and they don't have potty chairs either. Okay. But at home, it is a huge battle. So 2 times that I know for a fact we were actually able to get him on. It was both upstairs. The upstairs toilet. He actually peed on the big commode. We're trying to instill in him, that, okay, yes, you're listening to your body, you know when you need to go and when you don't, but instead of going for your potty chair, go to the big commode. And it's been a trial, to say the least. Tonight we have church. I'm not going to be teaching it. They're going to be using our signing time DVDs, but they're not, I myself am not going to be teaching it. Great, there's the thunder. But we're going to be doing sign language tonight. Kids are going to be learning it. I don't know if and when the adults are going to be learning to do it too. If it wouldn't be for Logan knowing sign language, I don't know if he'd have his voice back at this point. Seriously, he's like the poster child for how your child can be pretty well completely nonverbal. Start learning sign language and then become verbal. He had been verbal up until he was about 18 or 19 months old, and then one day it was like a switch flipped. And all the words he had and was gaining, he lost. And he was predominantly nonverbal up until quarantine happened, where he just started going through a speech explosion. One thing we're going to start working with him with speech and everything He's going to be answering yes and no questions. So this should be interesting. I take little videos of him fairly often and send them to his speech therapist so she can be updated on what all he's saying, what all he's learning. And of course, she is impressed with how far he has come. And I mean, I'm not a super religious person, but I will freely admit I don't believe he'd be where he is if he didn't have the people in his life that he has for a support system. My stepmother and her family, my best friend who got him onto the Signing Time DVDs, my Facebook friends, his step-grandmother and step-great-grandmother. You know, I don't really think he'd be where he is if he didn't have all these people and Nan's church family rallying around him, understanding how he works, you know, willing to learn how he works, what makes him tick, and praying for him. I mean, he shocked my stepmom when we saw her last week. He shocked her that he was able to say, you know, even though I had to walk him through it and tell him, you know, okay, well, can you say goodbye, Grandma Rose? You know, stuff like that. You know, she looked at me and she said, I didn't think I'd ever get to hear him say that. And I said, I know, Mom. I said, it's taken a lot of hard work to get him here. But here he is. I said, there's nothing broke in him. And that's how I've always felt. He's not broken. He's wired different. It's sort of like the controversy here in the States about using the puzzle piece, which some people feel is more of an ableist symbol for autism, or using, like the UK does, an infinity symbol done in gold specifically for autism, or a rainbow colored infinity symbol for neurodiversity. When Logan is able to understand and process which symbol he feels represents him best, that will be what I go with. Right now, of course, it is easiest to find things with puzzle pieces. But every time I see a puzzle piece, I don't think of it as, you know, I don't feel that it's saying there's something missing in him. It reminds me of his love for puzzles. Yes, he does. He loves putting puzzles together. He's getting to where he can do 24 and 48 piece jigsaw puzzles at 4 years old. He loves puzzles. He does. And of course, you know, I lovingly and affectionately tell him that he is my little puzzle, because some days I have no idea what triggers him to melt down. And when he was nonverbal, he was definitely a puzzle to me, because I had no idea what he really loved and what he really felt. And it stung. You know, most parents say, oh, well, my kid's favorite color is X. My kid's favorite show is Y. My kid's favorite food is Z. And I could tell you, yeah, today Logan will eat X. Today Logan wants to watch nothing but Y. And that would pretty well be it. I couldn't have the typical conversation that most people have about their kids. And it was nothing against Logan. It just kind of felt, like, I'm his mom. How could I not know this? Well, I can't know it because he can't tell me. At the time, he couldn't tell me. And even now that he's talking, he really doesn't necessarily understand. Like, I could ask him, "Hey, Logan, who's your favorite character on Thomas?" And because he's using predominantly echolalia to engage in speech, if he hears the word Thomas, 9 chances out of 10, the first thing out of his mouth is going to be, "No, Gordon, wait, you mustn't race." Or something along those lines. He'll quote something from Thomas. I could ask him, "Hey, Logan, what's your favorite dog on Paw Patrol?" That will usually lead to a quotation from Paw Patrol. "Chase is on the case, rubble on the double. This pup has got to fly. Let's take to the sky. No job is too big, no pup is too small." I mean, you get my point. And I'm thankful that he is gaining functional communication. Some things he can answer yes or no to. But one thing, you can't ever ask him what he wants to eat. If you say, "Do you want a hot dog?" he's going to echo back, "Hot dog." And 9 chances out of 10, he's not going to eat it. Which, of course, is a huge challenge and super frustrating. But, it is what it is. Thanks to the lovely tax extension, I'm going to be getting my taxes filed myself. I'm doing them myself this year. Ha. And I'm doing it online. And I know what I'm doing with my refund. If I get even half of it back that I'm supposed to be getting, which I better be, I'm buying a car. This will be the first car I've had of my own in over 3 years. I know exactly what kind of car I'm getting. I'm going to buy a Ford Escape. And I am so excited for it. This will only ever be the second car I've had in my life. And the first one I'll have bought myself. So this is pretty monumental. I'm going to be picking up more hours at work starting next week, which is going to be rough. I will be stuck in Freedence for 13 hours. Starting next Wednesday. 2 days out of my 3 days in Freedence. The reason for that is the girl who comes on to relieve me at 4, she's going to be having surgery. So they asked me if I'd take it, and I was like, yep. I can use the money, I'll take it. It's no big deal. It'll be weird because I'm used to checking my client's mother's sugar at 3:30 or 3:45 before I leave, and I won't have to check it till like 4. It will be so weird. It really will. It will be weird. It'll be so different getting, being there like all day, getting him up out of bed, being there for all 3 meals for a change and getting him ready for bed. So, yeah, buddy. I don't know how I feel about that, truthfully. But I know it's going to be good money coming in my pocket. Money that I can put towards getting Roku TVs in this house and getting the HughesNet high-speed internet so that we can have the phone and a television again, the internet. Yeah, lots of things. So, just wanted to give you all a brief update as to how things are going. I hope things are going well for each and every one of you. If you like my videos and want me to keep making them, feel free to hit like, subscribe, and share. Bye.